Hi, and welcome to today's devotional. We are going to talk about rejoicing in the Lord. We got Philippians 4:4. Linda's going to read it, and then we'll have a little discussion.
Okay, rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice.
And Paul was trying to tell us here that we should always rejoice in the Lord through not just good times, but through bad, because we know God is there to take care of us in the end. And whatever troubles we're going through in this short little life here on earth are temporary, and they are not going to define us. What is going to define us is our relationship with Jesus and with God.
Mm-hmm.
Some things here that Paul was trying to say. I got some notes here. Um, so he was talking about, there we go. He was talking about getting the believers to focus on depending on God in times of uncertainty,
Mm-hmm.
in times of challenges, because, Christ is within them, Christ is in them. And so if you depend on God through the tough times, then you'll make it through just fine. It's like that that picture they say where it shows two people footprints in the sand, and then there's a part where there's just one. And they said, God, why'd you leave me? And they said, no, I was carrying you then. Those are my footprints.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we need to do. Is yes, certainly when things are going well, we can celebrate God, and it's real easy. But when things are tough and you've got adversity again, you still need to celebrate in God. Um, See, Paul, by this time, knew what it was like to suffer in Christ. He had been hungry, he had been starved, he had been fat and happy, and he had experienced the whole range. And all through it, he knew that as long as he kept his faith in God, as long as he kept loving Jesus, that he would be taken care of,
Yeah.
that everything would be all right in the end. And that's so important when you're struggling. It's so important when you're riding high, because if you ride high and you forget about God, then you're tempted to think you can do this on your own without his help, and you're going to fall hard.
Exactly.
So that's why you need to rejoice in God always. Always. The dictionary says rejoice is to give you, to feel joy or great delight, to have or possess. And so when you rejoice in the Lord, you're giving him your love. You have him in your heart. You possess him. And then it's like when you see an old friend that you haven't seen for a while, and you're just happy to see your old friend again and talk to him. And that's like that with God. You need to be happy when you see him every day. And of course, we're not going to see him physically, but we're going to see him in our hearts. And that is what you have to do. You have to take God in your heart and just be, Lord, I woke up today and I've got another day here on earth with you, and it's good.
Right, exactly. And I'm so thankful for that when I get up in the morning. Thankful that I have another day to live here. And, um, we can do things for the Lord while we're here, and we can rejoice in the Lord. Just like it says, rejoice in the Lord always.
So if you look at verses 6 and 7, It says, "Be careful of nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known unto God. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Jesus Christ." So, Paul is telling us right there, just be happy with what you got from God. And, I've mentioned Mama before and her simple, joyous faith that God is going to take care of her. And, this illustrates her perfectly that she's not going to worry because she knows she's in God's hands.
Exactly.
And that's the way we need to be. It doesn't matter what kind of trials and tribulations we have. Um, God's going to, in the end, you're going to be in heaven with God.
Right.
And none of this on earth will matter. But while you're here on earth, by acknowledging His presence in your heart, by turning to Him with your troubles, He will make you feel more comfortable with the problems. He will help you find a solution to the problems. He will help you work out what's going on, and you'll be able to sleep at night because you know that God has a plan for you, and you just have to work at finding it out.
Yeah, that's true.
I've gotten kind of windy today, but I kind of thought this was important. So, Linda, do you have any closing thoughts?
No, you did a good job.
All right. Well, we thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you again next time.
Bye, everyone.